It's the grandson of Right Thought. A lot of people don't understand that the Bible speaks about everything, literally everything. One of those things being manifestation. How to set your heart and mind on something and acquire that thing, despite what everything looks like outside of you. How to master your mind and your feelings and manifest using your thought and feeling. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, start at verse 1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for you shall find it after many days. In other words, when you go into your closet, close your eyes and go into meditation, decide what it is you want in your mind. Imagination it. Imagination it. Image it in your mind. Decide what it is that you want. Put that on the waters. Consciousness. Waters. Consciousness. Cast your bread on there. And you'll find it after many days. So the image that you put in your mind will manifest in your life after some time. Okay? Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. So in the meanwhile, while you're living, be kind and loving to your brothers and your sisters, being gracious and giving, planting seeds, in other words. If the clouds be full of rain, they empty themselves upon the earth. So your clouds being your mind, if you fill it full of the ideal that you want, then it will rain down in your 3D. It will manifest. If your mind is filled and consumed with the ideal that you have, whatever it is that you've imaged in your mind, if your mind is filled with it, it will rain down in your 3D. And if the tree fall toward the south or toward the north, in the place where the tree falleth, there it shall be. So in your mind, if the tree fell to the north in your mind, that's the way it's going to fall in the 3D. So in other words, whatever you decided on in your mind, down to the details, it shall be in your 3D. Verse 4. He that observeth the wind shall not sow. So he who observeth the 3D circumstances that he's living in will not go into his secret place and plant any seeds or imagination anything. He will not image anything for himself because he's paying attention to his circumstances. In other words, if you need a new car for yourself, you don't have a car, your car's busted to shit, and you need a new one, but you don't have any money, then you'll say, well, I'll never get my new car because I don't have any money. See, that's the wind that Solomon was talking about. So we ignore that and we go into our secret place and we imagine it or sow our seeds anyway. Despite not having the money, you imagine yourself in your new car, filling the seats, the steering wheel. Remember the details, the color of it, the exact way you want it to be. Despite not having any money, see? He that observeth the wind shall not sow, and he that regardeth the clouds shall not reap. Same thing. He's that's looking for the circumstances that look right, he won't reap anything. He has to do it despite how his circumstances look. That's why Yahushua was asleep in the belly of that ship when the waves were tossing them, and they said, we're all going to die. And then he woke up. They woke him up. And they said, we're all going to die. And he said, oh, my goodness. Peace be still. You see, not paying attention to the wind and the waves. The same thing when he was walking on the water and Peter came and the winds and the waves started to blow and he sunk because he started to pay attention to his 3D circumstances instead of ignoring that. Do you see? As thou knowest not, verse 5, what is the way of the Spirit, nor how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child. Even so thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all. So, he says, just like when you're manifesting a baby, when you're manifesting something, it works just like when a baby is being formed in his mother's womb. You can't see the baby being formed, and nor do you know when that baby is coming. You see that beauty of Solomon's words here? He's saying that just the way that baby grows in the womb is the same thing you do when you're imagining it. You don't know how long it's going to take. See, the when, that's Abba Yah's work. And you don't know how it happened. That's Abba Yah's work, is what he's saying. You just say what and why you want it. The when and how it will happen is Abba Yah's. That's why you don't say I don't have any money. That's why you don't say I have to save up for this long, or I have to do that to get that, or I have to do. No, because the how is Abba Yah's and the when is Abba Yah's. You see that? Just like when the child is formed. You don't know until the baby comes out. And you don't know when the baby's coming. In the morning sow thy seed, and in the evening withhold not thine hand. So when you wake up in the morning, just take a moment, close your eyes before you get out of bed, and decide on how you would like your day to be first. This is very important for you, elect. You can decide before you do a task how you would like it to be first. Go to the end of the circumstance. Be like your father. Claim the ending from the beginning. So go into your closet, decide how you would like it to be. Let's say you have to go to court and you don't want to go to jail. You're like, man, I hope they just give me some fines and let me go home. Well, instead of sweating it and focusing on the wind and the clouds and all of that, plant your seeds. I have already done it. See? Go in your mind and see yourself already done. You've already completed the task. You've already got the thing you would like, and you're feeling the feeling of it to match the thought. See? That's planting the seeds. Despite what everybody's saying, man, niggas ain't gonna let you go, bro. They're gonna lock your ass up. They're gonna do this, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that, man. You probably gonna get 30 days. You probably gonna get this. You ignore all of that and you decide for yourself in your secret place. The how and when is Abba Yah's work. How it took place, you don't even know. But when it happens, you know that that's what took place. Was the prior work that you had already done. You see, faith without works is dead. You're showing your faith by already proclaiming before it, despite what it looks like. That proves faith. You see? Still verse 6. For thou knowest not whether shall prosper either this or that, or whether they shall both be alike good. And it stops there. So he's saying because you don't know how it will turn out or what good will happen or won't happen. So then instead of saying this bad thing is going to happen, which is what we've all been taught to do, that ain't gonna work. Fuck it, man. It ain't gonna work out. I'm probably gonna go to jail. This is probably gonna do like this. That's probably not gonna work out because of this. Instead of doing that, then decide for the thing you do want. And let that be your sacrifice before Abba Yah's altar. And say, look, this is my decision if it's up to me. And then leave it at his foot and let him decide. But you've already put up your request. But when you're saying this will probably happen, that's the request that you're giving Abba Yah. Just like you would be if you were on a boat and the storm was splashing the boat and it was almost like it was going to capsize. Then you would say, oh, well, it looks like I'm going to die. See, that's what you're telling Abba Yah that you want. And then your feelings match it. Your fear, oh my God, I'm going to die. And your fear match it to make it happen. No, we want to peace be still. Now I don't match the frequency of death. I match the frequency of life and peace. So I must have that in my life. So this is a beautiful teaching and a very thorough, clear teaching of manifestation and how to ignore everything in your 3D circumstances. Silouan Misraela.